Marc, you're there for this joint Europe-Africa summit. How do you expect this withdrawal to impact today's meeting?
Well, clearly this is the news everyone was expecting. No surprise about the announcement, but clearly there was a willingness to show that it was a European-African decision. This is why you had the head of the African Union, the rotating head of the African Union, Senegal President Macky Sall, and the head of ECOWAS, Nana Akufo-Addo, the president of Ghana, speaking alongside the French president and the president of the European Council, Charles Michel. Yes, there will be lots of discussion about what happens next. And in that same interview, I asked the Ivory Coast president, well, French troops are redeploying. Will there be, as a result, more French troops in Ivory Coast, including potentially more military bases? And he said, yes, this is what we're discussing. The head of the French military was in Ivory Coast last week precisely to discuss such a redeployment. This is a part of a willingness explained by the French president to have a more nimble, agile military force and not such a concentration in Mali because France has concluded that it is not welcome anymore in Mali for all the reasons we've been explaining since that press conference this morning. But clearly there will be more French troops in neighboring Niger, not too much because this could create maybe tensions there, but potentially throughout West Africa because the threat is spreading there. We saw attacks in Ivory Coast already, and we've seen a recent attack in Benin. So there is a willingness to kind of use maybe the events in Mali, the political fight between Paris and Bamako to try to fight terrorism in a broader way geographically, and as the two African leaders really said at the podium, there is also willingness to try to push this at the United Nations. We know that for years the United States has been opposed to finance the UN peacekeeping missions in the region, and especially in Mali. This was done by the Trump administration, but the Biden administration has not changed its position. So there is probably going to be a push by African countries to say this is not an African problem, this is not a European problem, this is a global problem, and the global organization that is supposed to address this issue is the United Nations and especially the Security Council.
All right. Thank you very much, Marc. Marc Perelman speaking to us from Brussels. Let's go